Okay. Cheers, gorgeous.
My bald spot.
It's because you've matted your hair in 4 different ways with hairspray.
Matted? Okay, no one look at that. Cheers.
It's fine.
Hi, Gorge.
Hey, Gorge. It is me, Violet Chichki.
And the Mia Gottmik.
And you're watching another amazing episode of
No
Gorge.
Or listening.
No Gorge.
The thing is, people don't realize, like, if you listen to the podcast, we talk for like a full hour
About crazy shit.
and like a lot of stuff gets like, we don't edit the videos. Niall does. Love you, Niall, by the way. I love you.
I think you laid it on a teensy bit thick there, old pal.
Sometimes Niall takes out like stuff that I thought was like so funny.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So like if you're listening to the podcast, you're getting like the full tea,
All is revealed on Untucked.
but you're getting visuals. So it's like
Yeah, these are gorgeous visuals.
give and take, give and take.
I know, you win some, you lose
You
some.
win some, you lose some. Maybe do both. Watch the video and then go listen to the podcast to see what you missed.
Well, I did love everyone's Spotify Wrapped that we made our top Spotify.
I did like that too.
Podcast.
But I think people don't realize that the full podcast is much longer.
Yeah, of course.
We never talk about it.
I know. Well, shout out to you, podcast.
And all of our podcast listeners.
Yeah, we love you.
We love you so much.
dearly.
A lot has been going on in the world.
There's been like so much drama.
Ricardo Tisci leaves Burberry. Raf Simons closes his brand.
Balenciaga.
The Balenciaga thing was the Balenciaga thing just kept getting every day. It was like the craziest thing in the world.
Oh, Alessandro Michele.
Gucci, yes,
Leaving
that
Gucci?
one. That one's crazy.
That one hit me, and we were like, I
I
was
didn't
like,
even
why?
wear Gucci.
I don't
What are you
even-
talking
I know,
about?
but I think it was like an era for me. Like it was like the same time
Oh my
or
God,
something.
you're growing up, kid.
It feels like that. Like I was like,
you using fashion house as a time marker is so like, oh man, I remember when he started. I was a wee lad. Like what? Why would you fire your crib director? There's always lines at the Gucci store. Like people are gagging for it. People love it. We as consumers, you and me, I think we love like such a specific niche moment. Like the Tom Ford era was such like a visual moment, and then the Alessandro era was such a visual, and then like
Alessandro came in and like slayed everyone's pussies. It was like, whether you're into it or not, it's like, holy
You
fuck,
were
you just like
heard about
fucking
it.
redid a iconic brand, and like now you think of Gucci, you like think of that.
it was like sexy, chic Italian woman, and then Alessandro sort of made it like, I don't even know, like whimsical,
like 70s vintage Barbie, whimsical,
but like
costume
also
girl,
like streetwear, hip hop, like it was like
True,
influencing
true.
each other. Like there was like meta moments happening there. It was like such a cultural situation combined with this like campy 70s Trump Loy situation.
I just cannot believe that era's over. It's actually blowing my mind.
It's just crazy that a big brand, like a house brand, can just like basically use all your creativity, profit off of it, and then be like, thank you so much, bye, good luck.
Much time for something new. Bye.
Then it's like you look at Ricardo Tisci, you're always going to think of him in Givenchy. It's like going from Givenchy to Burberry, it's like, how do you even... I mean, Burberry is such a preppy brand, and I feel like Ricardo Tisci's
Artistry
is like
praying
not that.
Ricardo goes somewhere that he can do that again, but like modernize.
He should be at Dior.
Women's Dior.
When is Maria
Ricardo,
Grazia?
like
Ricardo at Women's Dior.
give me Galliano gown, like artistry again. Like that's what I
Like
want.
fantasy. We want the fantasy.
Yes, and Ricardo can take us there. So I'm just
Maria
I'm like praying
Grazia,
something.
remember her last collection we reviewed? It was literally like Amish peasant women. Like,
People
what are we doing?
farm deserve couture.
Who is wearing this anywhere? The stuff that Maria Grazia is producing. Like to churn butter? Like truly, like where are they wearing this? Like tell me. Elite Amish
people like couture too, Violet. Elite Amish.
the elite Amish socialites of today. The brand that we were living for is Balenciaga. I I wasn't even living for them, but like I was just beginning to.
I don't know about that.
I feel like there's going to be a void because I feel like the punk rock divas were Balenciaga divas, and now where are they going to go?
Well, damn, if you can't go to Better Noches, where the hell could you go?
I don't think Balenciaga was like punk rock. I think it was like
They were doing full gimp masks on the runway, Gorge.
yeah, that's not punk rock. That's like cyber rave faggot.
Okay, excuse me. My mistake. We don't know the future of anything,
To
bitch.
start this conversation,
How do we even start this conversation?
I have multiple ways to start it. We can pick which one. But I actually think this might be a little... I saw even a TikTok today, and this kid was like, I based my whole like existence and personality off of like what Demno I was doing in these past years, and now I don't know what to do or like what to wear. I'm like, so many people did that. Like they were like, this is what's cool right now, and they're like all became these like cyber weird like, and like they were just like walking little Demna angels. I was like, holy shit, I've like never even seen that before in my life. Like how hardcore everyone like conformed to a brand.
Well, I think his work at Balenciaga was very of the now. Like it was sort of futuristic.
I think he like created the of the now.
Yeah,
we were saying a few months ago that I was like, he like is one of the most influential people I might have ever seen lately. It's like crazy.
Do we get into the controversy?
I think we should.
I mean, I think they'll be fine in the long run.
Yeah,
I don't even know. Bitch.
It's crazy.
I don't
So basically,
know.
if you already know what's going on, skip this part. But basically, Balenciaga did his campaign.
How could you not know what's going on?
Who knows who our listeners are? I was just Mrs. Potts. I don't know. I got nervous. Woo! Basically, Balenciaga did this campaign.
There was two campaigns.
Yeah, it started out with just like a kid holding these like bears that have like harnesses on, like leather harnesses, and they have like empty wine glasses, and people did not like that kids were with the bears. And then people started getting into it a little bit more because of that, and then they were like, there was a
different campaign.
Yeah, and there was
with
like
a different team is what I'm told. A different photographer for sure.
And there was like a court case on the table that was like basically trying to legalize child porn or something.
It was something about child porn. Yeah.
It was really bad. And then people were like, what the fuck is going on? So there's a kid with a bear with leather harnesses in front of alcoholic glasses.
We're gonna get into
the recap. And then there was the court case, and then there was like a book in the background of an artist that like paints kids dying basically. And then there was a guy,
the diploma,
and he does something else really bad with kids. It was just a lot of bad kid stuff. And that is truly the worst thing in the world that could ever happen, like you could ever do. Anyway, that's just the basics from a stupid 10-second recap. My opinion is exactly for what like Julia Fox's
hot take was the best hot
only take in the world. Period. Point blank. Period.
I agree 100%.
Okay, I'm seeing a lot of comments and tags and everything. So first things first, I'm not their spokesperson. I have zero relationship with the brand. I've never even been to one of their shows. They haven't invited me. Regardless, I think it's horrific. And when I was reading and watching all the videos, I literally felt sick to my stomach. But I couldn't help but think, like, damn, the women who are associated to the brand professionally are getting so much pushback, and it's like almost as if they're the fucking child molesters. And then another thought popped into my head. No child was actually harmed in that shoot, but millions of children are harmed in the church every day, and I don't see hashtag cancel the church anywhere. Anyway, those are my thoughts.
She's been slaying it online lately. Wow. Like her 1 second hot takes on things. I'm like, you're really doing it, huh?
I mean, she might just be Googling
popular
opinions, and she's like, perfect. I will also say this. Like, it's like too much. It's like every time.
But the point that she brings up that I think is an interesting point to illuminate is that in this instance, the child holding the teddy bear on set was not abused, right? There's no proof.
There's no actual victim.
A victim. There's no proof of victim in this instance with Balenciaga. There could be victims. That's something for investigators to investigate. We're not investigators.
Yeah.
But there are other instances, and Julia Fox brings up the point of the Catholic Church.
Yeah, where
having
people are
so many victims of child abuse and predatory sexual behavior against children within the Catholic Church. And where's the outcry for that?
Yeah, and one of my other favorite hot takes that I've been seeing too is like, are we only like being social justice warriors when we can afford these things? Like, it's very like... It's very
There's a
interesting.
lot of topics that come up. The Sheen thing is like, I think generally
Those
people
are actual
don't care.
People, like, there's actual evidence that child slavery is being done.
Essentially, I mean, if you can sell a garment for $2-3, how does that...
I was like getting into it too, and it's like, guess what? It's like not just the fashion industry, Gorge. I was looking at it. There was like a thing about the like child slavery in the chocolate industry.
No.
It's like actually shocking, Violet.
Which chocolate brands?
Almost all of them. There was a
Godiva.
shorter list. It was like, here's the ones that don't do it, and it was like 2 that I've never heard of.
Godiva?
I'm assuming because they weren't on the list that don't.
No.
Yes.
People love canceling people that they see as rich and pop famous or whatever. Not that Sheen is exempt from that. I mean, Sheen definitely makes so much money.
I know, but it's
I
like
don't
you're
know
like,
how.
oh, I don't like it, but then you're like looking for your bachelorette party dress, and it's like $5, and you're like, ooh, queen, and you just
I mean, that's a whole other conversation. But there's
kind
a
of the same
lot
conversation.
of stuff that comes up.
yeah. Violet and I have been talking about this also nonstop.
Oh,
like we
every
probably
day.
and we probably like explore every option. I'm like, so today,
No, I'm
let's
like-
think about if there was a elite
victim.
system of
Yeah.
people that
No,
are
you
asking
go-
Balenciaga to create elitist campaigns. Like, I'm like thinking of the craziest
No, you're
things.
literally like, okay, well, he's obviously a part of Illuminati, and this was obviously an initiation. You're like, this is obviously his Illuminati initiation.
I like every
Duh.
day. I love-
and I'm like, Nick, you think there's a board of people sitting around a table being like, you can be famous and gorgeous and popular if you slip in these weird pedophilic things. Is pedophilic even a fucking word?
No.
I'm like, bitch, he already is one of the most popular designers of the world
That
right
is
now.
not the elite, though.
What is the elite?
The Illuminati.
You're insane. Like, he's already successful. Like, why would he have to?
Because he wants. Okay. These
Go
are
ahead.
just.
I know they're just theories,
these
but
are
just go off.
Theories, no, like the actual Illuminati.
What is the
We
actual?
can't talk about this on the
Illuminati?
pod. They're gonna come for me, Violet.
Shut
Jesus.
up.
Oh my god.
Like, what is the actual? Like, from my understanding of the Illuminati.
You think it's anyone famous?
Then what is it?
It's literally
no. Shh. From my understanding, it's like a society of people who like control consumerism, essentially. No.
everything.
It's the earth, it's the trees, it's the water. He's everywhere. He's inside of me right now.
No, I just like thinking of every crazy option, especially because this is like one of the craziest things I think will ever happen, period, to fashion. Like, this is shocking.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. With our busy schedules, it can be hard to find time to take care of our mental health. And being on the road for most of the year, it can be difficult to carve out time to focus on yourself. That's why I love BetterHelp. I can access it wherever I am, whenever I want. Unfortunately, life doesn't come with a user manual. So when it's not working for you, it's normal to feel stuck. Navigating any of life's challenges can make you feel unsure. Whether it's a career change, a new relationship, BetterHelp online therapists are trained to help you figure out the cause of challenging emotions and learn productive coping skills. I have so many friends who have used online therapy to help learn coping skills to deal with personal trauma. BetterHelp has connected over 3 million people with licensed therapists. It's convenient, secure, and accessible anywhere, 100% online. All the benefits of in-person therapy, plus it's more convenient, more accessible, and more affordable. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime. It could not be simpler. Everyone deserves to feel their best. BetterHelp makes it easier to get started. Get unstuck with BetterHelp. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/gorge. That's help, HELP.com/gorge, GORGE.
This might be controversial, but a lot of y'all people online
Us controversial? No.
are like talking about, it's like, we know how fashion houses work. They look at every single thing before these campaigns. You know, you don't think these are planned for years? Like, da-da-da. I'm like, bitch, you think Demna was sitting down? Like, if he did not have anything to do with this, And he was just like, you think he was sitting down and was like, let me go through every piece of paper that these set people put down on this desk and make sure. I think I've come to the conclusion that it's either someone sabotaging Balenciaga.
Love that theory, honestly.
That's probably the most serious one.
You think another brand would do something like this? Or someone...
I didn't think about another brand, but
an
maybe.
enemy? Like an enemy of Denma?
Or like someone that like, yeah, or something.
Or, what's the other conclusion?
Like someone, and just like hired to do, because the only people I can see really looking at those papers is someone in the set design.
Of course, the only people who are printing those things off and putting them, like Denma's not like, this needs to go in the set, this in. No, it's the set designer. So the set designer
so I'm like,
is putting it in.
I don't even think about that, but do you think it could be another brand? I love thinking of every option. It's so fun. Like, remember when Louis Vuitton was sending Gucci bags to Jersey Shore
people? I know.
So they could get photographed wearing the Gucci bags, and we're like, that's embarrassing. By Louis Vuitton. Like,
no, I mean, there's so many different options that could be, and it's like we're just sitting here trying to weigh all of them out. Like, there's so many options. It's either somebody on the team is truly sick and is trying to see what they can get away with in some sort of sick game. Balenciaga truly is involved in some sort of child sex ring, blah, 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 Illuminati, such whatever. Or it's a weird coincidence, or a brand is sabotaging them, or we don't know.
If it was a brand, I didn't even think about that. That's hilarious and crazy.
Or someone sabotaging. It doesn't have to be a brand, but like
comes out and
an
like,
enemy of the brand.
It was Gucci.
That would be everything. If
like
another
a movie.
brand,
I would want a full Ryan Murphy film.
Another brand was like, yes. There's no, I mean, their next show, everyone is going to have their eyes on them. If they even do a show.
Yeah, like maybe they don't.
Maybe they take a couple seasons off. I don't know. I truly don't know. I mean,
I'm living. I feel like I'm watching TV. Like, it's crazy.
I don't know. I want to know what the internal conversations are with the set design.
If I had 3 wishes, I would honestly wish to be on that email chain, honey. I want to be like, I'd be like sipping tea and be like...
No, I mean, there had to be conference calls and shit. I think having kids in anything is stupid.
Not even like from it's inappropriate.
It's not
just
cool.
Not cool. Like, why do you have,
no.
it's just weird. Like, I want to see chic, hot people do chic, hot things. Not
exactly.
looking at a kid.
No.
But I think Demna launched these teddy bears. And he's like, oh, the teddy bear has like leather on. Like, that's edgy if it's like a kid, like that's like an edgy kid. Because I know if I was a kid, I would love to have the teddy bear.
I mean, the thing about the teddy bears for me, it's like, I guess I'm desensitized to like fetish gear because to me it's just an outfit.
Okay, but I think that is not even... I think we're being a little crazy on calling this even fetish gear. They're wearing... It's like a leather strap on the bear, and then they're wearing... Like, the strap, like, wraps around them. Like, technically, I guess
it's a bag.
Fetish gear, but it's like... If the bear had, like, a ball gag and was, like, shoving a dildo
and, like, a fucking strap on...
Then maybe we're like, whoa, don't put that next to a kid.
I don't know. There's something about it that, like, to me, a harness has become like a fashion. You have like Xanabane, you have girls wearing harnesses to festivals. You have girls wearing harnesses.
It's
like you have boys wearing harnesses out to the club, like over like a shirt even.
Violet, we were talking about this we were in an Airbnb. And you had that pillow reference. And we were like, no, if this pillow is just like this, it's like a pillow. But the second you put like a leather strap
with like a silver stud, it's a fetish pillow. Like, it's just like, okay. It's the same thing for me with like gendered clothing. It's like, this is literally just fabric and stitches and grommets and zippers. Like, it's not inherently sexual until you do something sexual in it or to it. Like, so
I just think,
to me, the teddy bears thing, like I can understand how somebody who is very vanilla and very normie would see that and sexualize a teddy bear, and then so like it's weird. Like having kids involved in anything is weird. The golden rule of show business: you never work with kids or animals. I do. I would have my cat and a
snakes, Doberman.
But the other stuff is very sus.
I think it's just like at the bottom line,
it's very weird.
We have to like realize
the whole
like,
thing is weird.
I just think everyone thinks it's like a little bit more thought out than it actually is.
True.
And I think people higher up in the brand are more involved than they actually are.
True.
And I think we have to really, as fashion fans, really like, or people who are just like chiming in for fun here, need to like step back and think about the other possibilities that are going on. I feel like if we're really going with the point that actually something bigger is happening, we really should be launching an investigation on someone.
But the truth is the truth. If these people are truly involved in this, all eyes are on them now, and they're gonna be found out. The other thing that bothers me is people are like, these images are bad. They are so shocking. So here they are on the news, on Twitter, spread around, screenshotted. Like, all of this is so bad, but here it is again and again and again and again and again. I'm like, okay, you're literally shoving these pictures of these children around in these campaigns that you're claiming are inherently evil and inherently bad. So then why are you spreading it around more?
I don't know.
If that's the case, and that truly is the case, if these images are so awful and evil and bad, then why are you continuing to share them to more and more and more and more and more people?
Didn't Balenciaga like name a name? And they're like, this person.
They named the set designer.
And they're like, yeah, so are we going to launch an investigation at him? Or that photographer that they found that weird tweet about?
Yeah,
like,
that was weird.
You know, so I'm like, are we going to actually do an active step to like figure out if this is bigger than this or no? Are we just going to be like, stop buying the clothes? Like,
I don't know. We know for a fact that there are victims in the Catholic Church. We know for a fact there are people who are pedophiles who are doing this stuff. And where is the outcry for that? It's all swept under the rug, hush, hush. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's very easy to see somebody who does edgy clothing and vilify them. It's very difficult to vilify somebody like a priest or somebody like a pope or a deacon or whatever, the bishop or whoever it is, because they're presented and historically portrayed as these holy, godly, pure people. So like, it's almost like our minds as humans are programmed to believe a certain thing, but it's like a lot of times the people who portray themselves as the most holy are actually the ones who are the most devious, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's how it seems to me, at least.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to see someone who does like edgy, spooky, gothy clothes and be like, you've got to be evil.
Yeah.
And if they do something that is weird and questionable, it's very easy to jump on that bandwagon, jump on that witch hunt. But then it's very difficult when someone who presents themselves as holy does something actually truly evil with victims. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's much easier to sweep that under the rug. Yeah. That's how it looks like to me.
Yeah.
You are absolutely right.
We both think it's very fucked up and insane.
The whole thing is fucking weird as hell. That's the golden rule of show business, bitch. You do not work with children.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, it just is not, like, people can misconstrue it in so many ways. Because either way, it's like, why is a child working?
Yeah.
Period. Like, even if you're a child like, it's weird to have children working. Like, a child model, that's fucking weird. The parents are collecting the money. Like, ooh,
I know.
no.
All that Jeanette McCurdy shit that I was telling you about.
Who?
Jeanette McCurdy with that book that's like, I'm glad my mom died or whatever that I was telling you about. What's her name?
Well, you know, there's that rumor about Jamie Lee Curtis.
No.
And that weird Nickelodeon guy.
With the feet?
Yes.
What happened?
Well, it sounds like you know. He has like a weird foot fetish.
Yeah, but why Jamie Lee Curtis?
The rumor is that Jamie Lee Curtis's baby is his baby.
No. Yeah. The trans one? Or there's a new baby?
She has a trans baby?
Wait, who are we talking about?
Britney Spears' sister.
Jamie Lynn Spears.
Oh, Jamie Lynn. Oh my God. We literally should just like, I can't even get names right. Like we should not even be speaking on anything. Jamie Lynn Spears.
That's crazy. I mean, I did see that.
Just call all of that out.
No,
now because
you have to leave that. That's hilarious.
No, they're gonna be like, they're idiots. They don't even know what they're talking about.
That's
like,
funny, by the way.
That is funny.
That's hilarious.
That Nickelodeon producer is like, definitely, it's weird.
Just don't fucking work with kids.
So where is the outcry for that? I mean, where is the investigation for that? All of a sudden I go missing. I mean, you can tell in the statements, they've released 4 to 5 statements, right?
I saw one PR person like, oh, girl, they were like, girl, the second you have to release a second statement, you've already fucked up, and they've released 4.
Yeah. Okay, anything else we should talk about before we wrap this episode?
I don't know, this one stressed me out. I'm like stressed out. I'm like sucking on this empty cup. I'm like, oh my God.
We will see how this breaking story...
I can't wait to see where all the designers go. I can't wait to see what happens. And I will just be minding my business until then.
All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. We'll see you next week.
Bye, Gorge.
Bye, Gorge.
No. Gorge.